Hi, how's it going, folks? I'm Scott's Dragon, and this is Ark Survival Evolved, my beginner's guide. The last episode, I just gave you a wee rundown of what's been happening, what's going to happen, and where the series is heading. Today, we're going to do something a wee bit different. I'm going to run through showing you how to map transfer, and I'm going to explain the differences between transferring on single player to official, because there is a lot of differences. As you see, get the wee chap around our neck the now keeping us warm, because with single player you can't actually travel with anything on your persons, which is a good thing. So if you're enjoying the series, hit that thumbs up, wee notification so you don't miss an episode, wee subscription, most appreciated and most welcomed, and leave me a wee comment, let me know what you think. So we're just going to get into this. I'll just run through it with these quickly first. Right, so we do have basically our own transfer system now, having transmitters over there. Full health, so this wee chap's not coming with us. Right, so I had mentioned that we will be heading over to Extinction, and that's our destination. I already have a bed and a base set up on Extinction because I have been farming there for a wee bit now. Oh, we're not dying yet, that's good. Right, so the first thing you do need to know is on single player you cannot travel with anything on your inventory whatsoever. On official you can, but it has a cooldown timer. So when that counter gets down to 0, then you can either upload it or you can transfer, but you've got to make sure every item doesn't have a cooldown timer on it. If not, you will lose your items, you'll transfer and the items won't be transferred with you. Okay, so one of the main differences between single player transfers and PvE transfers, I'm basing it on PvE due to the fact of I don't do PvP, and this series and all my stuff is all based around PvE. It's a far nicer experience. Right, so we're going to jump into access inventory. As you see, I've got a couple of bits here. I had to make up some more picks because I lost my pick. I don't know where it went. Right, so we've got an RJ. I do have a bed over by, but I'm going to transfer, like, as an example, it's going to be like a first time going to another map, or going to this map. So basically when you transfer to a new map, you're not going to have a base and a bed sitting. This is basically going to show you, like, sort of what you have to do, really. Right, so in the transmitter, it'll always come up as a tribute to begin with. Your creatures, you can actually have a creature sitting beside you and then you can upload it, which is handy, but cryopods make life a lot easier. Right, so we want to go into our data, and this is where, if you're uploading, say, I know that's only my cryopod timer, but see when you're uploading on official, if you've got a yellow number like that and it's counting down, it would maybe be like 12 minutes or something. That's 12 minutes for that cooldown. So you have to wait till that clears. Once it's cleared, double click, pops into our data. As you see, we don't have any with single player. So I can take and put stuff in, transfer stuff. We have actually, what many? 50 slots. We can transfer 50 items at a time. But you can't transfer anything on your inventory. And personally, I wouldn't recommend travelling to a new map with stuff on your inventory to begin with. Because a big thing with PvE, I don't think it's as much as it is bad on PvP, but PvE, there's always somebody that builds on top of a spawn point. So if you've got all your stuff in your inventory, on your hotbar, like all your stuff to build a fob, to get you started, so then it gives you a spawn point where you can spawn to. If you spawn in and you end up in somebody's basement, unless they've been kind enough to make a door, the crawl space or whatever, and leave that door open so you can get out and be able to come out of their base, you ain't getting out of there with that stuff, unfortunately. It's a known thing, but as soon as you spawn in, if you see like dozens of bodies lying about you, you know you ain't getting out of that basement. It's happened to me many a times on official. Hence why I never travel to a new map with anything on my inventory. I always put it in upload. It's safer that way. And then you just try and get to unofficial. You can download your stuff from a loot drop or an obelisk. Single player, you cannot upload and download from loot drops, which is a shame really, because aberration, the only way to get to an obelisk is either down through the radiation to the boss obelisk or up onto the surface. So basically, if you transfer to aberration when you're playing single player, you're really stuck there until you can make a transmitter. The same way, unless you know people, same way official, unless you know somebody that has a transmitter and they'll let you use their transmitter to download your stuff. Which some people, usually you tend to arrange with somebody you know that's on aberration. So then you can set up your transmitter and you can get your fob sorted. Right, so we're on single player at the moment. We're going to head over to Extinction, just as like the first time, but we've never transferred before or anything. So we put our stuff into upload, and as you see, I've got a flyer in upload. That's because of where I'm based. If any of haven't played on Extinction, it is a fantastic map. It's got some awesome creatures on it, and the building locations, some of them are also absolutely awesome. Right, so without me blabbering on, we'll go over there and I can get dressed and I'll take you for a wee flyer and give you a wee showing of what Extinction's like. Right, so I've had to bring some bits back, and we've got our flyer. So we're just going to then, we don't have, I've checked to make sure, nothing on inventory. That's how I dropped off the otter as well. I don't want to travel with it. Plus, as you'll see, I don't have my chibi with me. My chibi is left on the island. Transferring doesn't always go to plan, and the game can crash and you can lose your stuff. But it's hard for you. Right, so we're going to just then hit on to Upload Survivor. it'll say this is just for single player because you can't carry anything. There you go. Be sure you want to upload your survivor data. This will lead to removal your survivor from the arc and dropping all your inventory. That's why you don't transfer with anything on your inventory. Plus that might be a wee bit frightening to somebody that's never done it before. Don't be scared of that message. So basically hit X. Oh, excuse me. And there we have it. That's right. This is when it comes up like this now, it's basically asking what character I would like to download onto the island, because that's the map we're on at the moment, right? Excuse me. We are coming off of the island now, so we don't need to worry about this. But so, as you see, I've got a couple of characters there. So we're just going to hit cancel. We don't want to download the survivor back onto the island again. So we want to hit cancel, and it takes you back to character creation. Do not be worried about that, right? You just want to hit your pause button and exit to menu. And it will take you back to the main menu, right? So then, host local, and we're off to Extinction. So we just want to go down onto Extinction. We want to highlight Extinction, and once it's highlighted, you'll see we just want to go to play single player. Oh, the coffee's getting cold, as normal. And it will load up onto Extinction. Should only take a couple minutes. It's usually pretty quick. Right, there we go. Right, so we're at this point now. Straight away you think, oh, I need to make a new character. You don't need to make a new character at this point. If you just take your cursor, the yellow box, and go down to download survivor. So you want to hit download survivor, X, go to your character, which is beginner, and we want to go to download survivor. Right, as you see, right smack bang in the middle there, there's a bed. That's where I've got the base at the moment. So if I highlight that to white and then spawn survivor, I'll spawn in that bed. We don't want to spawn in the bed. I want to show you how to transfer over if you don't have a bed to spawn on. Right, so we'll just put the bed back to black. Right, and this gives you all your spawn points again. Right, we're just going to central recommended. You would think that's where I built. I have built in central, but it's not underground, so you'll never spawn into my base. Right, so we're just going to spawn survivor. Just hit X, and we won't spawn into the bed. We'll spawn in to... Oh. Right, oh, that's not good. Come on. Hurry up. I hate this wee cutscene, but don't know how many times that's got me killed. Right, we're going to run away from them, because if you've never been in Extinction before, they will kill you. They are in... is that the Enforcers? No, there's the Enforcer, the other ones. can't quite remember. I haven't got a spyglass with me either. We'll have a look at them later. Right, so we made it over. There's lots of nasties about, and basically what we're looking for now is a city terminal. There's a lot of strange noises. And that thing that's coming down there, with the smoke behind it, that's an OSD drop, and that's what we're here for. OSD drops. There's our reinforce. Oh shit, spider. Oh. I meant to say, they wee things I was talking about that eat all the sap from the sap taps. That was one of them I just run by there. Oh, no, I don't have tools. Come on. Just trying to get my bearings where I am, because I'm about to get bugged. There should be a scatter of city terminals. Where are they? Have I gone the wrong way? I think that bug's going to catch me. Right, map. I have. I went the wrong way. Because... Right, there's spiders and that run about in here as well. Right. It's just so I can get a quick glance of what direction I'm heading in to make sure I'm heading it the right way. Right, so yeah, as I said, I've taken... Ah, no. I've come down to a dead end, haven't I? Ouch. How to do it, I don't even know if I'll survive this. It spawned me to the far side. Snakes, there. We'll watch it for piranha and things. Oh, get up. If I hadn't started by running the wrong way, we'd have probably found a terminal by now. There was a double. Oh, great. Oh, come on. Pick your time to run out of stamina. There we go, I'm moving a bit. Oh, fish. Oh, get out of my road. I'm looking for that ramp there. I'm hoping I can get up around this corner before that double can get to me. There we go. Right. Okay. Well, there was a way up that way. Oh, you tube. I've just walked around in a circle. It does get confusing with one of these platforms. Right. Okay. The round rolly ones will attack you on sight. Which is not good. Where are we going? It's a tap. This place is filled with tapijara. It's absolutely great for them. If you're taming, you want to do some breeding with them. Ah, it's a fantastic place to get them. Right, this is the way we should have been going. Right, we've just got to be careful. Because still a lot of nasties about. Right, so we're looking for a city terminal, which is basically where you come to... That one over there. Where you come to grind your element up into dust. And that noise, that's another OSD coming down. Ow! I'm going. Right, come on. But I thought that was one over here, but it's not. See, it's spiders now. No, I don't want spiders. Come on. Oh, 2 bugs. This is why you don't travel with stuff in your inventory as well, because if you happen to die, then you don't lose it, and then you don't need to go and look for it. Oh, go away, bug. I can't get it up. I hate these. About 1. Oh, he's 110, that's why. There we go. Right. Back to the hunt for the terminal. Right, just get some stamina back. Right. Map. Let me see. Right, we need to get through this side without getting spidered or beasted or bugged or anything. If I'd went this way to begin with, I would have been there by now. But since I took a detour and went the wrong way. But that's just typical me. I tend to. My bearings aren't the greatest. Right. And just got a wee drink of water coming through here. These wee things that you see flying about, they are called, that's not the, I keep forgetting their names. It's like a wee drone. You can destroy them, you get a blueprint, and then you can build your own. And it's good for like surveying an area. I'm out of stamina again. Kidding. Need to get to the terminal fast. Right, there we have it. There is our terminal there. There is hundreds of these all over this area. So basically this is just like your transmitter. You can, if you don't have access to a transmitter, build near one of these. I wouldn't build on top of it. Some tend to box them in and go, oh, that's my own personal one, which is no very nice. Basically, city terminal, access inventory. Oh, we'll get some meat as well, that's good. So there it shows you element to element dust. That's when you're grinding, but you would have a tame way just to protect you. And always be careful when you're on official, when you're grinding up a lot of element. You do get some try to come along and access, because it's into the tribute, other people can access it and they can remove your element dust. And once it's on their inventory, there's nothing you can do. If they've got a tribe mate comes over, then they can pass it between themselves. And basically you're losing all your element dust, which is not nice. The things happen like that. It's even on PvE. Right, so we're at our terminal now. So basically we want to go back into our data, and there's our stuff. We just pull that back out when it's safe, and we can also upload from the terminal as well. So what I was talking about earlier was when you slot gap on official. Right, so we've got a wee RJ. Let's get up somewhere safe. Right, so as you see, if you've not been on Extinction yet, it is a fantastic map. It's great for resources. Especially if you've not got the facilities to do OSDs. There's another terminal there. Because these lampposts, they give you element dust, crystal, scrap metal and electronics by destroying them. I used to, when I first started, before I got my before I actually got my Gigaline bread, I'd come over with a Didicarus and I'd harvest my element dust here, just by going about all the metal structures and lampposts. Right, I am just, there we go, there it is. It was close, but so I've got, over here I've got basically our work team over here already, so we can do OSDs, element veins, everything we need to do to transfer to keep the island base going basically. I've even got my own personal wee water supply at swimming pool there as well. Pretty cool. Right. And yes, the problem with transferring is you get a green, the green outline comes off the food troughs. Right, just let me stick some meat in there. To get rid of that, you go to show visible, hide visible, and it's gone. Bring him in there. I'm starving. Right, okay, I'm starving. Now grab some food. Aye, right. Yeah, no starving anywhere. See, that's another thing why I don't travel with anything in my inventory. As you can see, it's so easy to get disorientated with maps. Especially when there's so many maps. You try and remember every wee bit about them, it is impossible. So you do get disorientated. But, easily done. So we'll just pop him in there now. As I said, we do have our work team. We have our Wyvern, we have our Snow Owl, we have our Mantis, our RJ, and our Giga for doing the OSDs. Basically, all these will eventually get filled up with empty cryopods. It'll become clear when, after we do like an OSD and stuff, and I'll show you exactly the equipment you get. Right, so right, the picks need to get in there. Let me see, get some clays back on. Make myself decent. Taming stuff. I meant to bring a better taming rifle over, but we're not here to tame. Maybe a later episode, maybe do some taming or something. The Volanosaurs, they're cool. I do love the tames, some of the tames that's on here. I've definitely got to get myself some gachas. Oh, they're awesome. You get them in the green zone over here, and they're an absolute cracking creature. There is a few rules when you're thinging with the gachas, but you don't need that. Don't really need GPS either. I'll take it with it anyway. That you've got going to have them spaced like 12 foundations apart. Don't know if it is the same with couples. You can have 2 pairs and then 12 foundations apart. You've got another 2 pairs and stuff. Right, I don't need 10 of them. Just get myself dressed and sorted. Right. Oh. Right. I think that's everything we've got. There we go. Aye. And as you see, Daddy storage and tech over here is one of the easiest things to get. This is why, even on official, all that. Even on official, one of your main bases becomes the Extinction base. Becomes a priority. You really need it for the harvesting the materials and things. I'll just put this into the forge. But as I say, we've got all our mod cons, so we'll be over here for a wee bit. Also, if you're on official, then always remember to respawn in your bases, because on official, your bases have cooldown countdowns on them. It's like a week and stuff like that. It depends what you built it out of. It'll have so much time before it deteriorates. Before it demolishes, and people start coming in and demolishing it and stuff like that. Oh, I'm going to put a door up there. As you see, I don't have the clipping in, so usually I would have foundations right into clipping into the thing with the edge. And our transmitter. But yeah, it's great with your location. You're actually sheltered as well. But there's plenty of space. You can get nice wee builds. But these pillars are fantastic. Right. I'll bring these back once I find out how long I've been recording for. I don't know how long I've been recording for, so maybe a second. I'll bring these back once I find out. Okay folks, so I've just checked my recording time and we're getting on a wee bit. There was quite a lot there to talk to you about with the transferring and stuff like that, the differences between official and single player. So I'm going to call that an episode now. And as I say, we're going to have plenty of time over here on Extinction, so there's plenty of time to pick up and catch everything. And basically, we'll do everything, maybe go and have a look. We'll go through the biomes as well and have a look and show you about the biomes and stuff like that as well. And give you a wee tour about Extinction if you've never played on Extinction before. Some of the unique creatures as well. They're pretty cool. Some of these will be quite taken by the map. It is a beautiful map. Unofficial, there's a lot of problems, a lot of server problems. You do blue screen a lot in it. I think my record for blue screen in one day was about maybe 15-20 times. And there's nothing worse when you're doing an OSD and you blue screen, because it basically looks at it as you've left the OSD area and it explodes. But if the game's just lagged out and kicked you out, then your tame gets blown up as takes damage as it explodes, which sometimes can kill your tame. It is a bit annoying, but then your stuff's lying about unattended. I had one boy actually looked after my body until I managed to get back, which was good of him, unofficial. You do get a lot of nice people, but they understand and basically have been in the same boat as yourselves. But single player, don't really have too many issues. We get a wee bit of sort of stutter lag, but that's about it. Right, so here's our new home for the time being, the Extinction base. I'll give you a wee look about. I do have some blueprints and stuff already and some bits and pieces. We'll be getting into doing OSDs in the next episode. Now that I've managed to show you. Actually, I wanted to show you how to transfer. I was really dubious about transferring, especially on official, because you hear all the rumours, oh, you lose characters. You can lose characters. But one of the biggest things is you lose your own character. If you go to spawn back onto, if you're going from Extinction to the island, and you forget what server number you're on, and you spawn onto somebody else's server, and you're fully loaded with element dust, you're like, right, okay, what's happening? You can't move, because this is why I set up an element bed. I do the exact same setup on official. So you spawn into your element bed, and then you just put your stuff straight into the deady storage. It is a really good easy system. Right, so without me blabbering on anymore, I hope you have enjoyed the episode. I hope it's actually enlightened you a wee bit on transferring and not to be fear of transferring. Best way to practice it is on single player. But you've always got to remember, if you're on official, remember the cooldown timers, because I've lost waverns and all sorts by no paying attention. And I've transferred, and then I've realised I'm like, oh god, I thought it's been like spoiled meat or something, and no, it's turned out it's been a wyvern and a cryopod that I haven't noticed and things. So if you're enjoying the series, hit that thumbs up, hit the notification bell so you don't miss an episode. Resubscription is most appreciated, most welcome, and yeah, leave me a wee comment, let me know what you think, and we'll catch you in the next one for more adventures. Take care, stay safe.